Hi there, I'm Ed Cauthorn. I'm a computer science instructor at Manchester Community College. Most of my classes this semester are taught with first level students taking Java 148, C, CIS 158, or the beginning level courses for programming. A lot of them have asked me to give them some kind of a feel for how to kick off a program. It's one thing to get an assignment, but you don't know how to start it off. So I've written this program, and this is a menu project that reflects what you're supposed to be doing for your second assignment. The idea is that it familiarizes yourself with writing in a coding language, it familiarizes yourself with an IDE, and it gives you some practice so that you become more comfortable. All projects that are written at Manchester Community College will have the following qualities. One of them is all programs will have a header comment. This comment provides the following information: the project name, the author, a short comment of what it does, and the date last modified. This is an example of it. This is project menu project. The author is Ed Cauthorn. The project paints a screen menu for command line presentation, and the date last modified was September 11, 2013. That's the genesis. That's the day it began. Below are the libraries. Libraries are an interesting thing for most of the students to use. Libraries are interesting things for most of the students to use because what they're really doing is going out and grabbing other namespaces or programs and pulling them into the project they're working on. And it's kind of a transparent thing for most students. If you pay attention, using system namespace stops me from having to write out system.console.writeLine, which is technically the right command. If I write out, I can now write console.writeLine because I've grabbed that namespace and brought it in. That's what libraries do, the using does. This is namespace. This is the folder in which the project exists in my documents, so that when I go out there I can zip it all down and mail it to me. The class is a program. This is the static void. This is actually the method associated with it. This method is called main. The first two lines of any menu program are used to identify the program. When you run a command line program, you'll notice that somewhere along the line someone's tagged the name at the top and the author, the class, and the date written. Those are the first two lines of the program. These two lines are reserved strictly for that information. This information, the menu name or the project name, is always right justified, the author is always left justified, the class is always right justified on the second line, and the date written is always justified on right justified on the second line. All screens will have some type of a title. When you go, this sets it up, basically. That's all this is a bunch of write lines. As I said, the whole idea is to get you used to sitting there writing. When I write a program like this or a menu, I will sit down and I will just write one write line, line 1, and I will cut and paste until I hit the limit of 25. I know my screen is going to be 80 characters long by 25. I know I can only use 79 of those characters, or else I end up with a mistake in the screen that looks awkward. 79 characters across and 25 down. I never use the last line, the 25th line. And basically I eyeball everything after that. I sit there and I count up everything to try and center it. Ed's Toolbox is what I called this. It has these selections, geometry, it's a string function, it's open and C is open and read a file, D is open and write a file, E is array function, and I left an exit off of here. You should always have an exit in your screen. I just left it off of this because I just tossed it together, and that's a mistake. It's a mistake even for me. Make sure you always have an exit in there. And then it asks you to make a selection. This is called pseudo-conversational. The screen itself basically paints questions to you. What do you want to do? Do you want to do the geometry? Do you want to do the string functions? Do you want to open and read a file? All these things are valid options. Pseudo-conversational means that it paints the screen, it stops, and it waits for your response. If you don't hit a key, it's just going to sit there. So you have to hit a key and make a selection. If you'll notice, I put an exit in here. That's because I realized I didn't have the exit when I compiled it. Basically, the console read line stops it. It sits there and says, wait for a key, wait for a response. If this line was not there, you would have a flash, which means the program would run, it'd run perfectly well, it would just close out really quick. This is, as I said, an example of straight line programming. It's just going to paint the screen. That's it. That's really all I have to say about it. Follow this pattern and you'll be fine. Thank you.